Hello there, it's only Liam from Cheshire East Libraries and welcome to this week's Book I Love video. And this week I've chosen to discuss Nothing Ventured, written by Jeffrey Archer and published by Pan Macmillan Books in 2019. Archer's recent endeavours have been on my reading list for quite a while, and for as long as I've known her, one of my colleagues has been pushing me to read the Clifton Chronicles saga for some time. Finally, I have taken her advice on board and indulged in his recent work. Out of fear becoming too hooked with the Clifton Chronicles saga and neglecting other reading interests, I opted to begin with his new William Warwick series. The first part in the series is Nothing Ventured and introduces us to Detective Constable William Warwick, a character who many Clifton Chronicles fans will already be well acquainted with. As Harry Clifton embarks on a writing career in the saga, and he becomes successfully appreciated for his novels featuring the eponymous hero William Warwick. Therefore, in Nothing Ventured, Jeffrey Archer takes on the persona of Harry Clifton, writing his first novel featuring William Warwick. I'll leave you a moment to just get your head around that idea. Once Archer rounded off the Clifton Chronicles series in 2016 with This Was a Man, it appeared that his fan base felt very bereft of his literary hook and his engaging family saga narrative. In his preface to the novel, Archer informs us that the idea stemmed from the demand he received from his followers, who wanted to see the author develop a new family saga series about Warwick's journey. So, in 2019, Archer acknowledged that thirst from his readership by publishing this first instalment. Archer warns us beforehand that this is not a detective story, but in fact it is a story about a detective. Definitely do not come to this novel expecting the traditional tropes of crime fiction. The book is structured more as a whodunit and borrows some evident conventions from the caper genre. To give you a picture of the book's premise, Warwick has forever desired to make his way in life as a detective. A career direction which challenges his father's wishes for his son to follow in the family's footsteps as a barrister. Despite all the controlling measures his father uses to prevent his son's ambitions, Warwick breaks the family code and enrolls on to the police force. The book draws us into Warwick's beginnings as an understudy to established detectives, and the experience he obtains from them is put to the test much later when he transfers to the Arts and Antiques Department of Scotland Yard. Warwick's first major case leads him into the world of forgery, where he takes on the task of solving the theft of a Rembrandt painting from the Fitzmolian Museum. The first chapter sets us up to recognise the individualistic qualities Warwick has over his fellow detectives, and how they will lead him in good stead to become the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police, which is Archer's idealised vision for the ending. However, the novel also establishes some of the challenging factors which will make Warwick's journey not the most easiest of ones. For the book frames the dynamics between the protagonist and the antagonist, Miles Faulkner, a deviant art collector. Let's just say I think this rivalry will return throughout the series and have a life-changing effect on Warwick somewhere along the line. One of the reasons I opted to begin with the William Warwick series rather than the Clifton Chronicles saga was because I liked the premise of Nothing Ventured. Not only do I like detective fiction, but I also enjoy exploring novels and films which represent the dark underbelly of the art world. One of my favourite films is the Thomas Crown Affair, and you can really tell that Archer has drawn upon the cat and mouse elements of that movie and transcribed it into his novel. Pre-lockdown, one of the last museums I visited was the Reich Museum in Amsterdam, home to many Rembrandt paintings, and the most famous, of course, The Night Watch. With his art and background fresh in my mind, I felt I could visualise the scenes excellently and relate to the unfolding story. Overall, I am pleased I finally caved in to the encouragement of reading Archer's latest offerings. Perhaps I should have started with the Clifton Chronicles saga first, but the opening of this particular series was enough to establish my praise of Archer as an author. He is one of few fictional authors I have found that makes it very difficult for you to withdraw yourself from their fictional world. And the cliffhanger at the end is certainly one that will stick with me. I've enjoyed part 1. I'm certainly ready for part 2. And I may even cross the Harry Clifton novels off my reading list. I hope I've done enough to sell you the book and that you'll be hooked by his writing too. So, thank you very much for listening, and I shall look forward to sharing another Book I Love video with you very soon. Take care. Bye bye.